are Jamaica's most decorated teams in the country. Yeah, man, people, welcome back. You don't know, Jamaican Premier League match day 19 preview is here on Nicardo Media House. So, people, remember, bless upon yourself. Remember, if you're new, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Even everyone, do it. And especially when I said if you're new, just walk out, make sure that on your way out, you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, bless up everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. As I know, it's a beautiful Saturday morning right now doing this video. It's very cool temperature, so I decided, I just want to start to come outside and do more and more video, especially the Jamaican Premier League preview. As you know, I usually do it Saturday in the morning. And guess what, some big games on the horizon tomorrow. All 7 games will play on one day. There's no Monday night game, there is just Sundays, and it will only be 2 televised games on the TV. But guess what, I have something that I want to say. But guess what, Harbour and Portmore will play at FERDIE Park. These 2 teams are Jamaica's most decorated teams in the country. It's 12 Premier League. These teams have won combined 4 CFU championship, 2 apiece for both teams. And guess what, they have won loads of knockout competition. They have won over 5, I think it's about 7 combined, yeah, to the knockout tournament these teams have won. So it's Jamaica's most prestige, most decorated teams in the Jamaican Premier League and also on the island. Yeah, so big up on yourself, Harbour and Portmore. Not the team that I support, but I have to give credit. This is a big game. This is a historical game, when it comes down to Portmore and Harbour in the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, they have their long-standing battling they used to have back in the day, still having it now. But Arnett versus Waterhouse, the El Classico game. Yeah, it is the one of the best, since the modern version of the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, back in the days, the Harbour the Boys Town, they used to be this rivalry. Back in the politics time, when politics was rooted in more and more in the football. The West Kingston derby, Arnett versus Tivoli. It's orange versus green. But now, since probably around, I would say the last 20 years, Waterhouse Arnett is the marquee game of the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, it is the best fixtures that people look for. It's the community, it's the passion, it's the drive, it's the energy that these 2 community bring. Joesland, the whole Waterhouse. Waterhouse is one of the biggest community in Kingston. Yeah, it is so huge. The concrete jungle. It's the same thing, Arnett, Jonestown, all these places. Yeah, and you could go down there in Rima, Trenchtown. You have people down there still support Arnett Garden. So bless upon yourself. It's the El Classico. These 2 teams have a pre-season game that they played between themselves. They boom El Classico for some time now. So it's one of the marquee games in the Jamaican Premier League. Also, there's another big game, Tivoli versus Mount Pleasant at Jackside. This is a big game when it comes down to how these 2 teams are playing. Tivoli, one of the best away farm team, the best defensive team on the road. Mount Pleasant, one of the best team at home, when they playing at Jackside. So it's going to be a very massive game down here at Jackside tomorrow. But I want to say this right now, yeah, how can you not having a Waterhouse Arnett Garden game not on TV? I really don't want to divert more a lot in this, because I'm going to do a video solo about what the fixture should look like in the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, a Harbour and a Portmore. How these teams not playing on TV? This is Jamaica, as I said, the most decorated teams. Yeah, historical. This is a very big game. Yeah, Arnett Garden. This is why I don't understand where the Premier League is moving. If it's going forward fast enough, if they're grasping all, if they trying to market this league more and more better. Arnett Garden Waterhouse game should be on TV, especially Arnett Garden. It's a team it's always going to carry its prestige, fan base, everything. The football that they played. But I must say, It doesn't matter if Arnett Garden and Waterhouse is not playing anything in the Premier League. When it comes on to this game between these two teams, it is the game of the Jamaican Premier League for the last 2 decades now. Yeah, it's the one of the best fixtures in the Jamaican Premier League. Some people would say it is the best. It is the best, you know, but as I said, I'm going to do a video solely about, you know, the TV package and all of that, you know, teams featured. Yeah, so guess what? Moving on now, we're going to move on to the fixtures, yeah, the Jamaican Premier League fixtures. I'm going to preview the games ahead now. So we're going to start off with that first game, the televised game at Jackson, the first one. We will start at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Guess what? Lime Hall will host Dumbarton, yeah? Will host Dumbarton. This is a back-to-back game for Dumbarton. Could it get it better? Them couldn't get it any better. Facing two teams back-to-back who is the bottom of the table. Treasure Beach last week, no, it's Lime Hall, but they only managed to get 1 point at home against a very struggling Treasure Beach team. But finally, the man got out of that goal drought. Nelson, yeah, the goal drought is finally done. It's over, and it came in match day 18 when he scored the first goal to put his team ahead, but couldn't manage to hold on to the lead. But guess what, man? Lime Hall, the last 4 games that they played, you know, 3 defeat, 1 win. The last home games they won against Treasure Beach, but they have conceded 7 goals in their last 4 games. And also, yeah, 6 of those goals that they conceded, it also came in the second half of the gameplay. So you could see that Lime Hall, if conceding goal, is concentration. It's concentration. So scored, you know, a 1-0 victory against Treasure Beach, but they just cannot defend in the second half. As I said, their last 4 games that they played, they have conceded 7 goals and conceded 6 in the second half of gameplay. So Dumbarton is another team is searching. It's searching for that win. I think their last win came against Veer in that, I think it was the first game of the calendar year, you know, and from then they haven't got another win on the table. But I must say this is a very big opportunity for Dumbarton. But I don't know, you know, hope we can see, you know, their new strikers, you know, start the game, come in and try to do something different than what they're doing. You know, ball position and all that, that's not going to get you points on the board. You know, they need points, especially Waterhouse is not getting points consistently. You could imagine if Dumbarton is getting points consistently, you know, Harbour is behind them, who is kind of knocking on the door for top 6. Mobile is right there, is knocking on the door, you know, about to beat down the door to get a top 6 position, yeah. But Dumbarton, they go into this game with some pressure, but I'm not so convinced about Lime Hall, yeah. It's match day 19. Why I think I should be so confident? Everything started out too late. They start to look more settled, but it's just too late. It's just not going to work. And playing against Cavalier in that game at Anthony Spalding Sports Complex, oh my God. How can you play the high line in one of the worst defensive team? You know, very good quality team. You know, very good quality team, and you're playing in the hands of Cavalier. Yeah, Cavalier is one of the best team in the transition in the Jamaican Premier League this season. It was very deadly. Yet they don't need to take 20 touch to get in your box. It's just 5-6 touches and they get into your box and they scored. Yeah, prime example, they did it against Arnett Garden. So just cannot play an island against a Cavalier, and let's see what they're going to do. You know, can they play a little bit more aggressive? Can they play like that little mini press? As I don't think they're able to play that high press. They're not equipped enough in the backline to play that high press. They don't have enough quality. But can they let the team set the team to run into traps? Let Dumbarton play to their weakness. Yeah, don't give them much space when they come in here. In your attack, in your defensive third, they say the midfield going to the defensive third. Don't give them much space. You know, leave them with the ball in their own half, but kind of set up them to make mistake, so you can at least counter them in that counter-attacking game, that transition game, especially the likes of Pinnacle, yeah. But we're going to move on to the next game. Next up is Portmore versus Harbour, one of the most prestige games of the Jamaican Premier League, as I said in my introduction. But you know, Harbour, man, what a game that they played against Mount Pleasant. The first 15 to 20 minutes was spectacular, very aggressive, very sharp, very precise, know what they're doing, yeah. But they just wasn't disciplined enough for the whole 90 minutes. And guess what? as much as Mount Pleasant is not playing up to standard in most games, you just cannot let the foot off the gas. They're going to punish you, and exactly what they did when they have so many qualities that can come up there. The quality that they have on their disposal is frightening. You know, Mount Pleasant is like a time bomb. Mount Pleasant is like an earthquake. Anything can erupt at any time because they have so many quality players, you know. So Portmore, yeah, we know that Portmore is searching for the 12 unbeaten run in the Premier League. We know that Portmore and Cavalier have one of the longest unbeaten run in the Jamaican Premier League this season. But I must say, it won't be easy. Portmore don't lose against teams. Yeah, Portmore don't lose against teams at FERDIE Park. Yeah, FERDIE Park is a fortress for this season. Yeah, but guess what? Harbour is yet to beat a top 6 club. Harbour is yet to beat a top 6 club. So you cannot have this record, you know, as a big stars of the East, knowing that you want to get in the top 6. You have to be beating some top 6 club, but yet they don't beat any top 6 club. You know, Arnett beat them. You saw they played against Cavalier. That game also they lost. So they just Mount Pleasant also beat them. You know, all of the top 6 club beat them. If they not lose again, they draw. But guess what? You know, Portmore in this 11 game run unbeaten, Portmore have averaged 2 goals a game. Portmore's averaged a 2 goal a game. So you see that Portmore is going to score. Meanwhile, on the side, Harbour themselves just cannot keep clean sheets. Yeah, they just cannot keep clean sheets. So going away to FERDIE Park, who it's a fortress in the Premier League, you know. So going away to FERDIE Park, yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see if Harbour can pull a shocker. But guess what? Games like this, Harbour can come up big. We saw it in match day, I think it was match day 17 when they played Umberland and they won 4-2. You know, they played the best football of the season. But moving on, Mobile versus Humble Lion. Yeah, this is another game, might be on not TV, but you can stream it also live. Saw that Mobile is streaming a game on VIA Live recently, so hopefully they continue to do so, so we can see a third game in the Jamaican Premier League. So Westport Park, yeah, Westport Park. So in the last 4 games, yeah, Mobile have scored 2 plus goal at home this season. Yeah, for the last 4 games, Mobile have been scoring, and they scored 2 goals plus. So they are scoring. So it's not going to be easy for a Umberland team, a defensive that, you know, is still searching for their way as how they did it last season. You know, so I don't know what Vassarinas can ring a bell in these players' ears, and I don't know what he's going to do to motivate these players going away, especially at Westport Park. Arnett did it, you know, last week. The first club to hold Mobile to a 0-0 draw at home. I don't know if Umberland is equipped enough can do that, you know. And I must say, Mobile don't lose against teams that is sitting behind them in the table, especially playing at home. Yeah, Mobile have scored an average a goal 1.4 goals a game when it comes on to teams that playing below them in the table, and they also scored 7 goals in those, I think it's 3 games against team who is below them in the table. So Mobile don't mess up when it comes on to teams at home who is struggling behind them. So more likely Mobile might get this points, you know, to see how the team is playing from strength to strength. But I want to see a little bit more aggressive in Mobile game when they play at home against, you know, start the game more stronger. Yeah, in Arnett again, they leave Arnett with a lot of the balls. I don't know what was their direction in the first 30 minutes of the game as they backed off a lot. But against Umberland, who is a fragile team defensive wise, let's start the game strong. Let's start the game with a lot of energy. Let's press them high. Let them turn over the ball in their own defensive area. And from there, Jordan Fletcher, you know, Turkman, you know, Jean, all these players can create something from those mistakes if Umberland make those turnovers. For Umberland, you know, this is their 3rd spell losing 3 consecutive games in the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, but guess what? They always gone on to win the 4th game. So it's, can they get that, you know, that 3 points at Westport Park? You know, I don't know, but let's see if they can do so. But history, you know, the statistics have tell you that every time when Umberland have lost 3 consecutive games, the 4th game they always gone to win those games in the Jamaican Premier League. So look out, Mobi. It's going to be the Monkey and Umberland back to pull off. So move up. Next game, Mount Pleasant versus Tivoli. Yet another featured game down there at Jackson. Guess what? That Harbour View battle, I just said it. Yeah, they fight that game. They fight them way back in the game. You know, they showed more quality, they showed more end product and got that 3 points. So move on from that game against, you know, Harbour View Stars of the East. It's another big game. It's there. I would say it's their time to challenge as rival. I said it in my intro. Tivoli Garden have the best defensive record away in Premier League this season. So Mount Pleasant, you know, Mount Pleasant last home game that they played, it wasn't pretty. You know, it was a 1-1 draw against Mullines. They came back to got that last minute equalizer, yeah, but they cannot slip up. They cannot slip up with this Tivoli team. This, you know, so they going to play, you know, a Tivoli team. It's, I would say, you know, Tivoli, they just cannot slip up. You know, that struggling game that they played against Mullines, they just cannot slip up. But Tivoli only lost 1 game against a top 6 club this season. Yeah, Tivoli have only lost 1 game against a top 6 club, and that was when Mount Pleasant themselves beat them 1-0 at Stadium East. So the last time Tivoli beat Mount Pleasant, guess who was playing at left back? Justin Dunn himself. Yeah, the last time in 2022. Yeah, the last time Tivoli beat Mount Pleasant, Justin Dunn was playing as a left back in that game. Yeah, so it's been a while. It's a couple of games now. You know, Tivoli haven't beat Mount Pleasant. You know, Tivoli was struggling last season and the year before. You know, under Admiral Bailey and Jeremy Teddy Johnson. But it's a different Tivoli. It's a resurgent Tivoli under better management staff, Jerome. But it's going to be a really good game, but Mount Pleasant just cannot make any mistakes at home and try to recover. As this Tivoli team, they're very deadly. They're a very deadly team, especially on the road. You saw what they did at Umberland. You saw what they did at Seria A against Arnett Garden. So you just never can write off Tivoli, especially at Jerome Wayne is coaching this team. Next up, guess what? We're going to move on. Treasure Beach versus Mullines. Yeah. New team, you know, not really new team, but a lot of players coming in, you know, for Treasure Beach. You know, they got some positive in their last game, you know, away at Dumble Olin, you know, got that point. Going to play at home this season. Not so prolific at home again, but I'm not convinced. I'm just not convinced by the two teams down there at the bottom, Treasure Beach and Lyman. But Mullines is a very good team right now playing. Yeah, Mullines is picking up some points. They picked up points, you know, against Mount Pleasant away at Jackson. Yeah, they picked up points against Portmore. That late minute goal from JC Wright. Yeah, JC Wright scored that penalty kick against Portmore in that game last week Sunday. And guess what? Yeah, match day 16, Treasure Beach won against Mullines 2-1, and that was a shocking defeat for Alex Thomas at that time. Yeah, but Mullines is looking to go 4 games unbeaten for the first time this season. Yeah, they unbeaten in 3, they never passed 3. So can they get a point? Can they walk away with full 3 points at Stetsfield? You know, but I think they will get the point. You know, I think Mullines will get the point. People, just let me know if Mullines can get that 3 points. Yeah, but I just feel like they're going to go on and get that 4th game unbeaten and the first time doing it in the Premier League. But not so much about this game. It's going to be a very good even game. Yeah, man. So moving on, Cavalier versus FERDIE. Yeah, these two teams have only played 8 times in the Jamaican Premier League, and guess what? FERDIE have only scored 3 times against Cavalier. And with this stiff backline that Cavalier is having right now, it's the best defensive team in the Jamaican Premier League this season. I just don't see FERDIE getting a result, especially FERDIE is losing 3 consecutive games after Premier League. They never going on to last 4 consecutive games. Yeah, but it's going to be a very stiff battle. But can Linval Rudy Dixon change up a little bit, you know, change up some formation, something? I said it in my match day 18 review show. Can he, you know, get the likes of DeAndre DeAndre Thomas, on the field alongside Kemar Bushy-Beckford. Can he get players start to run off the shoulder? Can he get players to play a little bit more closer to Beckford? As he is on a drought right now. The team is not scoring, so going up against a team that you haven't scored over 3 times against in the last 8 games that these two teams played against each other. But Veer kind of disappoint me, Veer kind of disappoint me because they have some quality players. They have a very experienced manager, a player that used to play in the Jamaican Premier League, a player that used to play at the highest level, but that doesn't transition into being a coach. But coaching and playing a professional, it's a different thing. But I'm just expecting to see a better, fair United team. But Cavalier, I think this game going to be a low scoring game. I really and truly, I think this game going to be a low scoring game because especially like Veer, the last game against Waterhouse, that was a game that they should have get a positive points out of. They lost that game away to Moby at Westport Park. They couldn't get nothing out of that as they played like a rubbish in that game, and they also lost against Tivoli. So they have lost their last 3 games and they only scored 1 goal in those 3 games. Yeah, and guess what? Last time they get a point, it was actually against Harbour on January the 21st. Yeah, so it's been a while since Veer got a point on the board. But as if they lucky a team like Treasure Beach and Limeall is in the Premier League, else they would have in relegation dogfight, because these farm is relegation struggling farm. Yeah, so we're going to move on from Cavalier and Veer. Moving on to the big game, Arnett Garden versus Waterhouse at Zoosdale Mini Stadium. Yeah, it's going to be a very big game. Kemar Foster, the man that got the proven game player of the week with 7 saves against Veer. Yeah, 7 saves. So he got player of the week. So he's coming into this game with some farm, with some confidence, especially Fabian, who have scored 4 goals in his last 4 games against Waterhouse. Yeah, he has a very impressive run when he played Waterhouse. So it's a key battle right there between Kemar Foster and Fabian Parker Blacks Reed. But guess what? Arnett Garden, this is their second spell of not winning a game. They lost against Tivoli Garden at Stadium East, and they drew that game against they drew against Moby, and before that when they lost in the complex against Tivoli Garden, and then they gone on to draw again against Harbourview 2-2. That game where Arnett Garden went 2-0 down and rallied to come back 2-2, a dark fight in the complex against Stars of the East. So this is the second spell Arnett Garden gone into 2 games with a winless run. So the Junglers, let's see if the Junglers can overcome, as statistic as history will tell you. When Arnett Garden this season gone on 2 games with a winless run, they always get a 3 points in their next game. So let's see. Arnett Garden have never gone 3 games. Never in this season. I've never gone 3 games in a winless run. So the Junglers, it's going to be a very good battle. It's going to be a very good battle, especially Waterhouse, who is trying to keep their spot in the Jamaican Premier League in the top 6. And guess what? Waterhouse is still looking for a back-to-back win for the second time this season. So that whole history with Waterhouse and Arnett Garden, but consistently Waterhouse haven't beat Arnett Garden for some time. Yeah, Waterhouse, and they winless in their last 5 games against Arnett Garden. They haven't won in 5 games. So history sometimes and don't really tell a lot in this build up, because I remember at one point Arnett Garden used to struggle before this run. Used to struggle to beat a Waterhouse team, and Arnett Garden was playing really good during the time, and Arnett Garden won the 2 Premier League in that 2016-17, that little 2015, that little era down there when Arnett Garden won those 2 Premier League with German. So they couldn't beat a Waterhouse team consistently. So it's like Arnett Garden payback time. So, but it's going to be a very big game. It's going to be a very big game. We saw it happen last time out at Anthony Swallen Sports Complex when Arnett Garden beat Waterhouse 1-0 with a Warner Brown finish 1-1. Yeah, so we have come to the end, man, of the Jamaican Premier League preview. Hope you guys having a wonderful time. Best up on yourself. you know, match day 19 and Sundays, all games on Sundays. Might do a review right after the game, the last game of the Jamaican Premier League on Sunday. So I just I'll probably have to reaction because it's only going to see 2 games and I'm banking on Mobi to stream that game so I can see a 3rd game. So Arnett game is not streaming. Sad, very sad, very sad. Harbour game not streaming. Very sad, very sad. But people, thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. Salute.